Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with the new human. Say hi. Yeah. So this is why I've been at MIA, because I was creating this. She's now 2 months old. And yeah, hello. Anyway, so today's video is gonna be making this specific scrunchie. Oh god, smacked her in the face with it. This scrunchie right here, kind of crazy, kind of big. And I don't know, I think I want to form like in between. So this is obviously huge. And then this is like the original one that I found on YouTube. It's smaller, obviously. So yeah. So, I mean, small. It has to be a medium, right? And a large one. But anyways, that's what we're gonna make today. So yeah, here we go. So first what you're gonna need is, for this scrunchie, is you're gonna need 2 strips of fabric. Which is this one? 15 centimeters wide and 109 long. For this one, that's in centimeters. In inches, I kind of rounded up. So it's gonna be 6 inches by 43 inches. That's just rounded up because if you go Google it, it's 5.9 inches. But who's gonna do that? Just 2 inches. So you cut your strips, however you wanna cut them. Basic scrunchie situation. You're gonna watch me struggle because I struggle cutting fabric apparently. It might be easier for you to do it with like regular scissors. That way it doesn't kind of like frill up a little bit. But here I am with the rotary cutter, you know, cutting fabric. Okay, so you got your little 2 strips. And then what you're gonna do is, after you play around with it, you're going to get your elastic. Now, you can cut your elastic however you want to cut your elastic. I think that, you know, you can just put it on your wrist and that's how you measure your elastic. I cut off, you know, the 7 inches, I think it was, I didn't even look. Anyways, and I went from there. So, you know, and every elastic I think is a little different. So however whatever elastic you have, put it on your wrist, tie it in a knot, sew it, call it a day. So now you're gonna fold your fabric in with a good size spacing each other. And then you're gonna sew them closed. The edges that are open, you're gonna sew them together. All my seam allowances are 1/4 of an inch. So that's just how I do it. So yeah, there you go, it's sewn. And then what I like to do is just kind of like press the seams open and iron it so that they're flat. And right there I'm just showing you both of them, how I'm gonna open them. And I mean, you can iron it to one side too. I know people do that, but I just like to open them because I feel like it's flatter, I guess. So there you go, came back, ironed it. Now you're gonna, get your 2 strips of fabric that are sewn. Oh, also I forgot to mention, that little seam that you sewed, I mean, you can leave one of them open, whatever you decide that's gonna be like your bottom fabric that's not gonna be seen. Leave like a little bit open, maybe like a finger width open, because that's where you can put your elastic. You'll see later on. Anyway, so you're gonna put the 2 good side of the fabric, facing each other, and you're gonna clip the seams together. You want them to kind of line up basically perfectly. And then you're gonna clip one side of it all the way around, as you can see. I was just trying to put the fabric in the loop. I don't know, it was getting like stuck and it wouldn't go. But so that's what you're gonna do. So yeah, clipping. And I'm sorry, she sucks really hard. Like, yeah. Anyhow, this is basically gonna be like a video that's basically not even edited. So if you don't like that, then you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, like I was saying, after you put your two fabrics together, you're gonna clip them around just on one side of it, and that's the side you're gonna sew. Again, all my seam allowances are 1/4 inch, and I have it on my sewing machine, as you can see. And then we're going to sew all the way around. And this part right here, you're just gonna sew all the way around. You don't have to leave anything open. All right, so now I did the same thing. I pressed my seams open. I find it easier to, in the end, I guess, although I'm gonna iron it again. I like to iron my stuff. I think it's really good that you iron it. That way everything just stays nice and neat and, you know, easier to handle, in my opinion. And then, so from here, after I continue show you, you know, that they're pressed. You know, lay it out flat like that. I mean, you could find your center. I don't think it's necessary for you to actually find your center, or like, you know, I think you're fine just lining up your main seams, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Just the seams that are right there, just line them up and clip them. I clip them. What you're gonna do is like the burrito method. So I just like to do it like that because I feel like it causes less shift. So I clip it, and then you're just gonna fold the outsides into each other, if that makes sense. Just look at the video, it's there. I don't know how to explain it. So you're gonna fold the end on the top part together, line up your seams, clip it, pin it. Don't clip it, don't pin it, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then you're gonna grab the parts that were on the bottom and you're gonna fold them up together. Just like that. Like a taco. People say burrito. It looks like a dang taco to me, but you know, whatever. So this is the part where, like, I don't know what happens to the clip. Apparently I wasn't recording. Take it to the machine, sew it. Leave like 3-finger widths apart of an opening, and then fold it inside out. Outside in, inside out, whatever. And then once you do that, you are going to iron. I think, I don't know, you don't have to iron. Some people don't iron. I like to iron because I like to have it crisp, and I feel like it's more evenly when you sew. Oh my goodness, bobblehead. So right here, you're gonna see me, because I wasn't trying to iron it, but you're gonna see me try to figure it out, or try to not iron it and just kind of straighten it out. But at the end of the day, I do end up ironing it. And I didn't show you, but you know, just like I was saying, you are gonna flatten it out, try to get your seams as best as possible, like out. Go to your heat press. I folded it like this. I don't know if you can tell, but that's how I ironed it. I just kind of stretched it apart and then ironed the seams down. And then, you know, I just go back and I like put it back to how it was. I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully the video shows it well. Maybe next time I'll like show you how I like just lay the seams flat and then iron it, and then I just pull it back. That way it just kind of like folds over easier. See how it like just perfectly, not perfectly, almost perfect, just, you know, folds at the seams. So this is like the weird part. The opening, if you want, you can like, what's it called, where you kind of like sew it invisible, like it's an invisible sew, invisible stitch, like it's a needle and thread. I just literally went to the sewing machine and closed it up. But if you want to do that invisible stitch situation, I don't know what it's called, I'm not a seamstress, I'm not a professional, you can go ahead and do that and close that up. And it looks nicer too, but also to kind of hide it or something, that's where you would put like your label, if you're selling them or something. If not, then it's just however you want to close it up, close it up. So at this point, again, like the measurements I gave you, you can just play around with them. I have 2 different measurements. So however big, wide, whatever you make the scrunchie, just find your midpoint, and then however wide your elastic is, make your casing that wide, so your elastic fits in it. So that's just what I'm doing here. So after you figure out how wide you're gonna make your casing, again, I think that's just subjective to how wide your elastic is. Some people use like a little round elastic. Some people use, you know, wider, smaller, whatever. So just measure your elastic out and make a casing for it. You're just gonna sew all the way around. You're gonna make 2 stitches. So one all the way around and then again all the way around. And whenever you're done with that, this is where I said that, you know, the little seam at the beginning, like just leave a little opening on one of the fabrics, not both, just one strip, whichever fabric you want. So for example, if you want your pink, like mine, to be on the outside, on the inside, sorry, and the white on the outside, and make the opening where you would skip a stitch on the pink side, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So just leave an opening on the pink side, so that way it's on the inside and you can't really see it. And then, you know, it'd be easier for you to just put your elastic through there. I did it backwards on the video, but just listen to what I'm saying. So, for example, again, if your pink or whatever fabric that's on the inside of the scrunchie, whichever one that's gonna be for you, on the very beginning, when you sew them together, you know, just leave an opening, whether it be like 2 fingers wide, 1 finger wide, doesn't matter. Just, it's easier when you put your elastic in, just like you see, because I ripped seam, I can't even talk. I seam ripped them. Then you put your elastic through the casing, and then ta-da, you have a scrunchie. So hey guys, that's where it is. We got a nice fluffy one. It's a ruffle scrunchie. There's the other one that I showed you earlier. It's a little smaller. You can do a lot of things with it. You can pinch them together, put like those, like sew those little beads on. I think it'll be so cute, like whatever fabric that you pick, like little pearls or like little rhinestones that you can sew on. Just pinch the fabric together. Okay, so what you can do is, like, if you grab this and you just like pinch both of them together. Okay, Google. You can like just sew on like a little pearl or something, or you, like what I said earlier, you could like literally like in the middle, just pinch it right there, sew it, put a little something, I don't know, glue, haven't figured it out yet, and then I think it'll just make it look so much prettier because it doesn't really like interfere with the end of it, so it still like flares out a little bit, like, you know, still opening. So I don't know, I think there's a lot of things you can do with it just to make it more like fluffy or more your style. Obviously you can still like mess around with, you know, sizing and stuff. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's a little different. I know it was like super raw and like how to put myself in here. I know I look a hot mess and whatnot, but hope you enjoyed. And yeah, you saw the baby girl. And yeah, thanks you guys.